Hello, let's try this again. Right, welcome to Stu's News. I basically did something different today, but I've had a few problems in the technical department. I've done my first Zoom chat with one of my friends, the lovely Sabrina in Italy, and I recorded it through OBS, and it all worked actually brilliant, which is what I used to do Stu's News. And it was all lovely while we were having a chat, but it didn't record her sound. So it only recorded my voice. Now, in a perfect world, that sounds quite nice, doesn't it? But no, I like to listen to other people, and I'd like to have you be able to hear them too. So, luckily enough, I decided to record it in Zoom as well. However, I didn't record it till about 10 minutes in a little moment I had of wisdom. So we've missed out the first bit. So basically, my friend Sabrina lives in Italy. She used to live in England, but she's moved out there now. She lives in a little sort of urbanisation in a static, mobile sort of home place. Beautiful little place it is. I've not been there, but I'd love to sometime. And I just had a basic chat with her today. Um, she's she sings songs and she writes songs as well, so that would make her a singer songwriter. And she goes under the name of Sabrina Maria Music, I think. But that's all in there. I think she gives her details at the end. But we've missed about 10 minutes off the start, 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever. So basically, Sabrina, she's obviously my Italian correspondent. Anything going out there, I've been asking her about. Um, and she's also my go-to if I need any sort of information about the Bible or anything really, because she's been um, quite religious all of her life. Um, she's looks everywhere like me. She's very interested in learning new things all the time. Has looked at spirituality and all other forms, but um, obviously the Catholic Church is where her love is, and obviously there's been a lot of revelations over the years, and we sort of discussed that a little bit. But I asked her, what it's like wearing masks out there in Italy at the moment, and it's not great. Um, Obviously, it's pretty much like it is here, really. But I think they are. I think I'm not sure. I think they might have to wear them outside a little bit more. I know we're meant to wear them in the supermarket here and stuff like that. But yeah, she said it's not very good. People are getting fined and things. So it's basically the same everywhere in the world. We're everywhere in the Western world at the moment, and these sort of countries that. So yeah, basically, there's no ending to it, like I normally do. But I've just done this new little introduction here, and then I'll have to put the two videos together before I upload it. So um, I've asked her about the masks, and then I just basically ask her about um, how her religious year's been, and we start talking about that as the off. So let me just say, well, I hope you enjoy it, because it's the first time I've done it and chatted with anyone. So I might do that a bit more in the future. But love and light, keep them peeled, eyes on.
Um, and I said, and I just couldn't get close to God because of that. And what I've been learning, if you have fear within you, okay, that is not of God. So of course you're not going to get close to Him. So I been getting my head around this, and then so I've been trying to change that whole fear concept. Oh, if I do this, God's going to be angry with me. That's just not the case. That's what I'm learning. Okay, He's such a loving God. He created us the way we are, and he knows our weaknesses. He knows what we can handle and what we can't handle. This year, as you know, we've discussed it in the past. I found out a lot. Pope Francis, the church is very divided. Okay, at the moment, you've got those that are for Pope Francis, which basically are the leftists, and those who know he's the deep state. You know, he recently came out. What did he say? Yeah, about masks. He says people who, I think it was a couple of days ago, he came out and said people who don't wear masks, they do not serve our God justly. You know, things like that.
That's outrageous, isn't it?
Absolutely outrageous. So, and that just shows his deep state. So, because as you know, white hats, we all know that it's a what's it called, a fake demic, whatever. So anyway, he's so there's been a lot about the Catholic Church, and then I've been delving a lot more into it, and so Pope Francis is corrupt, and but it's not just Pope Francis. We're going back decades, centuries, I think, in the church, and this is what's really scary. But again,
yeah,
I have to
because you found some stuff out about John Paul II, didn't you? You know.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I think most people around the world would find in the highest of regards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm still discerning that one, Stu, because I've spoken to a priest about it, and he basically said, yeah, he wasn't perfect, but deep down he was a good guy. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Stuart. I'm still learning. It's really tough because this is the faith I've grown up with all my life. But as I said, for me, going to church is not about going. It's not about the priests. It's not about the people. It's about receiving Jesus Christ in the Eucharist. And for people who don't know what that is, at the Last Supper, Jesus said to his disciples, he broke the bread, he gave it to his disciples and said, take this, all of you, and eat it. This is my body, which has been given up for you. And he said the same about the wine. This is my blood, which has been given up for you. What that is in the church is transubstantiation. It's that's what it's called. He physically comes into your body. When you take the bread, it's called transubstantiation. I think it happened when Elijah came to visit him with the apostles, and they were petrified. They illuminated. Well, that's what's happening with the communion within us, and it's so that is why I go to church. It's to receive my Jesus. It's because I love him, and not because of the the corruption in the church. I would, if I didn't have faith, I would have stopped going because of the corruption of the church. Do you understand that?
Yeah,
I can't,
of course, yeah.
because it's never been about the church. It's always been for me about Jesus. So I think what's going to happen when everything, it's going to show the true faithers and the ones that just go there for show. Because when the truth comes out about the church, because remember, there's a lot of people asleep out there right now.
Yeah.
Loads of people asleep. And when they hear what's been going on in the Catholic Church, they'll think, oh, not going anymore. Because for them, it's not about Jesus.
It's about showing face.
Showing face.
Yeah, and so, I'm more religious than you are, sort of a thing. And that's exactly the same in spirituality and stuff. I'm much better at meditating than you and all this sort of stuff. And you can see it in certain circles. And I just basically think it's not about all that as a collective, really. That is your own personal experience with whatever you believe, isn't it? Whether you're spiritual, you pray to the God, universe, which God created, or whatever. It is personal to you, isn't it? And if you do it for someone else's benefit, right? Don't know. Yeah, what do you think about?
Because you know what?
Go on.
No, I was going to say, because you know my views on spiritualism, don't you? But what I have been learning this year as well is that a lot a lot has been kept from us, okay? Because I was thinking about this the other day. In Jesus's times, if you remember, the apostles went around there. They did healings. They could heal people. They, you know, they had words of wisdom coming out of there. And I reckon that's what the faith should have been like. But so much has been kept from us. So much has been suppressed from us. And I think this is where spiritualism comes in, right? And this is my theory. This is where I'm at the moment in my head, and I'm still discerning. But I think there is truth in spiritualism. What's really not good is New Age, where you omit God completely. Because whenever I believe, if you omit God in anything, if you don't call on His name, you're just letting yourself be attracted by the evil spirits. But if everything is in Jesus' name or in God's name, I do believe that you know, then you've got the good spirits around you. So I'm learning at the moment that numerology is a big thing, you know, and also I don't know if anybody's seen it. Watch the Star of Bethlehem. It's amazing, and that was all done on astrology. Okay, the Star of Bethlehem that guided the 3 wise men to Jesus is all based on astrology. So there is good in these things. There is good in these things, but I think what's happened, it's been kept from us, and then it's been turned around by the deep state, okay?
Yeah.
To invoke the devil instead, and that's where I think you get the New Age movement.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have done everything they can to flip organised religion 180 degrees. You know, you look at the Pope sitting there in his audience room and all that, it's all serpents and stuff around him. The inside of it looks like a snake. Oh. And they're all sitting like they've got upside down crucifixes behind them. So you just, you know, anyone that's spiritual but believes there's God in that and godliness in that, it's, you know, I talk to the universe, I ask the universe, but God made the universe, sort of thing. Wonderful, isn't it? So what do you, just quickly before we move on, because I just want to rattle off a few subjects. What do you think about Vigano, who's obviously wrote a couple of letters now to Trump?
He's going to be the next Pope.
You think so?
I think he's going to be the next Pope. Yeah, there's a reason why.
So would you say he is? Well, you know, whatever you think about Trump and whether he's surrounded by angels and stuff like that, would you say he is at present God's representative on earth, Vigano, when it comes to sort of like the church and stuff? Yeah, definitely. No,
Vigano, yeah.
He's the one, out of all this, he's the one on the right path with the heart, the good heart.
100%. He's called out and he's brave. I wish there was more brave clergy like him coming out and actually sticking it to Pope Francis, saying, what the heck are you doing? And that's what he's doing. But I truly believe that Trump is using him as well.
Definitely.
To keep the awakened people, you know, gives the awakened people some faith. Because if you think about it, all we've got is Pope Francis as the head of the church, and with what he comes out with,
or the hologram that is Pope Francis.
So Vigano is a holy man of God. He's God's representative on earth for the Catholic Church, and I really hope and pray that he will be the next Pope.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, what's your journey like then, Stu? What's your journey been like this year? We've talked about mine. What about you?
La 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 la. I'm loving it. No, it's been all right at the start. I mean, I've been banging on to people for 2 decades now about all sorts of stuff, Diana, 9/11, whatever, it doesn't matter. But this, obviously, last 8 months has been amazing. But there's been some serious trough moments when you think it's going wrong, you know, you get all these curveballs coming in to, you know, behind the scenes that you think, oh, no, like that. But the longer it's gone on, the more at peace I am. I mean, Sidney Powell, didn't she? Sidney Powell walked away the other day. Of course, everyone's going, oh, what's happened now? That's all gone wrong. No, Sidney Powell's walked away because she is trained in military law. She's, you know, Giuliani and Jenna Ellis and these people, they can't try people in a military court for treason. Now, what's your finding with Trump releasing this executive order in 2018 about election interference, domestic or international? They can freeze all these people's assets, but you know, when he did the executive order in March, putting the country under a state of emergency, you know, all these people are going to be tried in military courts, I believe, for treason.
Yeah, for treason.
And what you're hearing, yeah, sorry, what else you're hearing at the moment is that if you listen to the news, you'll hear that, oh, Biden's won Pennsylvania. No, he hasn't. The mainstream media are trying to convince you that he has, but that's all undergoing. I think if you've seen all the Supreme Court judges, they've been assigned different places. And a lot of conservative judges have been assigned, like Amy Coney-Barrett, Gurish, Alito. They've all been assigned to these battleground states. So, you know, that is all in hand, isn't it? And what you'll find as well, that I heard yesterday, is a lot of these places that these judges are saying, no, it's being thrown out. That lighting's a little bit better there, by the way, where you are. These people are saying, no, the judge has thrown it out here and the judge has thrown it out there. I think they're still all a bum of judges, you know, that haven't been removed as of yet.
Or it could just be part of the show, Stu. You just don't
could be. Yeah, could be. So
he's going to win. It's all a show, and I've got no fear whatsoever.
No, me that. So I've never been as calm. You know, I do try and, when people say to me, oh, what's going on here and what's happening there, I just try and keep people calm, really. Just stay on the path. I mean, if you look at the 17 plan, I've never seen anything as detailed in my life, really, of what is unravelling every day. And, you know, we all thought, didn't we, Trump was going to win that election in a landslide. But he'd have won the election in a landslide, and by letting it all play out as it's going on, all the serpents are coming out. They're all being drawn into the open. He's letting the mainstream media take themselves down with the lies. They've got, at some stage, they've got to either go down on the ship or go, oh, sorry, we were lying about that. None of them are getting away with any of it. You know, and I found out yesterday or the day before that one of the Anons posted that they've traced a lot of this software now back with all this vote cheating straight back to Bill Gates.
Yeah, I read that as well.
So that's amazing, isn't it, really? Yeah. But we all know it's a small club and we're not in it. So
yeah. Wasn't he supposed to have died, though, in 2013, hung from a tree?
No, I thought that was 2019, I heard. But I don't know. I couldn't tell the date of that. But yeah, that was meant to be in India. I think what that story is that a load of people in India who is obviously he's paralysed their children without, you know, trying to put vaccines on people there. 47,000 children were paralysed, weren't they, by a Bill Gates vaccine? There's no way I'm holding my sleeve up here. What about you there?
Definitely not.
No chance. No.
Bill Gates and Melinda, because both of them apparently were hung from a tree. That's how they were killed. But if you look at old pictures of Melinda Gates compared to today's picture of the man-looking woman who's meant to be his wife, completely different.
Well, so, not only is it completely different, it actually looks more like Robin Williams dressed up than it does Gates.
Yeah, or yes, true.
Isn't it?
Very true, yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. That's
trying to remember the name, or Tootsie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So right. Okay. What else are we going to talk about? I said that the states were given to the Supreme Court judges. You said you don't watch any TV out there, do you? Or anything? Absolutely. Mind you, you did send me that clip the other day, didn't you? Of that.
That's only because Elysium. You have got to watch that movie. And
Yeah, I'm sure I've got it somewhere. No, that clip of the guy where they're all in hazmat suits. Yeah, right, listen. Do me a favour, we're already rattling on a bit. I'm just going for a quick wee. I know this is very unprofessional, but can you just tell people about that for a minute? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll come back. Yeah, all right.
Oh dear. Right. Yeah. I sent Stuart a clip, okay, the other day, and it was of, I didn't actually see it, it was sent to me from somebody who had seen it on TV. And these people went into a ward in a hospital. There's a man there, with all tubes coming out of his mouth, and people and the nurses were in hazmat suits, okay, and so the TV presenter was interviewing them while they were in their hazmat suits, and then all of a sudden, on the next bed, there's another guy, he's got nothing on, no hazmat suit, no nothing, and he just pops his head round like that. And then you have to watch it. I think it's on Stu. If Stu, I think you need to put the link under here actually. Of
it's in one of my last newses. So what's this?
Wait a minute. I need to get a tissue.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So yeah, basically, what I was sort of saying there with the mainstream is that I occasionally now I flick on. I can't do it for very long, but I'll put Sky News on the BBC or ITV, and I just get immediately depressed because it is another world. Now I don't know whether you can see this two world split already, the mask wearers and non-mask wearers. Do you know what I mean? All this sort of stuff. But if you go back there and get your information from that, it's like a completely different world. You know, when you understand that there's only 6 corporations that run pretty much all of the global media, but you can go on the internet, right? And it's not all fake on the internet. You have to use discernment and trust in people and keep looking at different things. And then when you watch 10 different things, 2 of them or 3 of them will say the same thing, and you start looking at that more. But it is a completely different world, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, Stu, I'm in quite a few different groups on Telegram and WhatsApp, and all of them, they're like, "Oh, I'm so worried." And the amount of times I've said to them, just switch off the flipping news. That's what's causing the fear. And fear, and I said it earlier on, fear is not of God. Anything to do with fear is not of God. So anything, and that's why I came off social media. You know, I came off Facebook. I mean, I've gone back on it recently, but I don't tend to look at people's profiles. I just can't bother. I just go on there for information, really. But the amount of people that are petrified, yet they're white hats, you know, the patriots, but they're still watching the news. Just turn it off. And then there was another woman who came back with, "Oh yeah, but it's my husband who watches the news, and I can't help it if he's watching it." Well, just get out the room.
Yeah, or get another telly. Yeah.
Yeah, go to your bedroom, watch something on your iPad or your computer instead. Just don't sit there when the news is on, and don't follow scaremongering social media. You know, anything that's got anything slightly negative, I block, so it doesn't pop up on my social media.
Exactly that.
I'm in my own little bubble, Stu, and I've got so much joy. I'm so happy because I don't listen to that shite.
Yeah, and that's exactly right.
Isn't it? Do you feel the same? It's like...
Well, like I said to you, didn't I? I had a Facebook account, 1,400 friends. Now, I was having a chat with the universe. That it was like, I need you to solve this because I don't get stressed, right? But it was stressing me out a little bit at times and all that. And I woke up a couple of days later and they disabled my account. My groups are gone, the Stu's News and my Reiki group and that. And then... So I've got a new little secret Facebook account now, haven't I? But I don't tell anyone about it. There's no negativity on there. However, some people on that, out of the 90 friends I've got now, still send me links. Oh my God, Biden's won Pennsylvania, or you know, this has got Trump's conceded. Trump's conceded, I think, no, he hasn't. Trust. Give it a day, have a little think about it and see what's going on. So I quickly, sort of like bring people back from that. But
Yeah.
it's joyous. I love looking at the computer because I'm so interested in all this sort of
No,
stuff. But
it's
did
yeah.
they, not only did they take my Facebook account, they took, I'm shadow banned on Twitter. If you do that little test, they deleted one of my
I'm
students'
not on
views,
Twitter.
and
I'm not on Twitter.
they took my Instagram account the other day, like 2 weeks ago, only because it must be linked to my old Facebook account. Because I only ever posted cycling and pictures of animals on there, and they've deleted it. It's outrageous, isn't it?
It's disgusting. And doesn't that tell you something in itself? The fact that they're censoring people. That's what I can't you see they're censoring people?
Yeah, I can, of course.
They do that if there wasn't some truth in it. If there was no truth, then they could just laugh at the people, instead. But no, they're censoring all the information. In fact, I'm gutted because I wanted to go. I was on YouTube the other day, and I remember watching some stuff back in March time, I think, and I wanted to go back and watch it. It was about Diana, remember
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I had my theory that Diana was alive. And I couldn't find it. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But that's, if people just stop reading and watching anything that's negative, if you see a slight negative or it creates fear, turn it off.
Yeah, exactly.
And your life will change. That's all I can keep saying to you. I've got a skip in my step right now. When I go for a walk and I go around and I feed the cats on this site, because I'm in between homes at the moment. I'm living in a holiday village, and I'm living in a mobile home, and it's lovely. I'm just enjoying nature, enjoying getting closer to God without the fear, which has been indoctrinated in me, and it's a huge healing time for me, and that's what I'm using my time to do, is to heal myself, because I have been indoctrinated not just by the church, by everything, fearing to be me, and we've been wonderfully made, and we've been suppressed.
Exactly.
We've been
So
suppressed.
this is why I go out into nature all the time on my bike.
Yeah.
And I just like being out in nature. And I only watch a couple of TV channels, and that's like Nat Geo Wild or Eden or something like that. It's just animals on the telly because it's nice and calm and peaceful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when I come back from a bike ride, I'm excited to get back on the computer, where a lot of people say, "Oh, I've got to go away for a couple of weeks." Fair enough. And what people don't realise is, by all this watching the BBC and that, and promoting people like Biden without doing any research into it at all, they are slow walking themselves into communism, and they haven't got the Scooby about it.
Exactly. And
I
that's
know.
what's really scary. And they're laughing at us. They are laughing at us. So,
Well, I don't mind that. I don't mind people. I always wonder.
no, I'm saying the elite's laughing at us.
Oh, they are. They're certainly laughing at everyone that's, bending down and kneeling down in front of them, that have just given up. So we can't. We've got to, put the fight to them. It's funny, isn't it, that the mainstream media and the deep state have been pushing this Russian collusion and cheating in the Trump campaign for 4 years, and now they're cheating like fuck, right? In this election, there can be no rigging. It's impossible to rig an election. This is what the media's all pumping out now. It's pathetic, isn't it? You've only got to take a step back and go, hang on, they've been saying that for 4 years, but now they're saying it's impossible. That doesn't make sense, does it?
Exactly.
No. Right. Have you watched any of that Monkey Works guy who does all about the planes and stuff in the sky?
No.
Right. If you go on to his Monkey WERX on YouTube, I'll send a link later. Or if you go into Twitter, you can find him, and it's Mil_Ops, MIL_OPS. Right, he basically talks about all the planes in the sky at the moment, globally, mainly in America, but he's talking about all military birds and everything. I talked about this in my last news, but I wondered if you've seen it. But he's basically saying he's watching all these
Birthing's
planes
touched
fly
on it.
in and out of the black sites, and the black sites, he says, you know, these are these special places where they arrest criminals and go and shake them up, try and get a bit of information out of them and fly them back. But he's watching the planes go up and down to Guantanamo Bay, Camp Justice, as people, he calls it the Spa. Yeah. Yeah. That one's going down to the Spa. And I can't remember what he says now, but when he says people are getting taken there for good, they've been naughty, I think he goes something like the full holiday experience or something like that. I can't remember what he says now, but yeah, they go down to the Spa for the full package experience. So when he says that, you know, in trouble. That's definitely worth looking at. I also saw a picture a couple of days ago with Bill and Hillary with CGI masks put on. Oh, did you watch that? That was in one of the beach broadcasts, wasn't it? Santa surfing.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Just I think if you watch this Monkey Works, he does like one a day now. Watch him, catch up with him. It's so interesting. But I think people have been shaped down all the time now, and people are going in and out of Gitmo, and it's filling up behind the scenes.
That's why we're in lockdown. Helicopters. I've not seen one today, but there's been helicopters flying around here.
Yeah, and they're all military, are they?
And they're pretty low. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We know lockdown is nothing to do with the virus, and it's something else is going on, and it is to keep the people at home and keep them safe, isn't it? You know, if we were in World War III here, and we're taking down a system that has been in place for, you know, 6,000 years plus.
Yeah.
That's what's got to happen, isn't it? There's going to be casualties of war,
of course,
but they want as less as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to win. He's going to win. I feel it in my bones.
What, Trump?
Know it. Trump, yeah.
Well, he knows he's won because, you know, with L. Lynn Woods and Jenna Ellis and all these, they cannot make statements on social media or anywhere that they can't back up. And with Trump saying, I have got 74 million legal votes, it is because they know where all the votes are. And if you listen to what they're saying, is that the US military in 2 locations watched the whole of the election night. They tracked every vote there, whether they have got a digital watermark on there that's invisible, that they can see from outer space and track on the blockchain, quantum financial system. We don't know, do we? But for Trump, go on,
would not have said, you know, they are going down if they don't have evidence, Stu. So yeah.
Exactly that. And I think what will come out of this is that it'll be all 50 states. And the reason Hillary didn't win in 2016 is because they used this same technology, but they never planned for the fact that Trump would have so many votes.
Exactly. I know. It's brilliant. And do you know what my theory is at the moment, right?
Yeah.
He signed something on he signed something on the 2nd of November, the day before the election. I think yeah,
now this is the executive order about Nasara, isn't it?
Yes, about Nasara. So he signed that as a president candidate. Okay. So that was on the 2nd of November. He needs to be out of office for 120 days. Okay. Q has said that. For Nasara to be released. Huh?
Who's?
No, it's not true. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, so I know what you mean.
So basically, he has to be out of office for 120 days. So he signed it as president candidate on the 2nd of November. 120 days takes us to March. Now, I think within these 120 days now, I think, and that's why you see a lot of Sidney Powell now and Linwood, because it's all in their hands. I think the shit's going to hit the fan. And you have not seen anything of Trump. He tweets, but you've not seen anything of him. Right?
Well, he did a press conference. He did a presser yesterday, didn't he? But he was only, guess how long was? He walked out with Pence, whether it's the robot Pence, Mike Pence or some other Pence, I don't know, or whether it was even a different Trump. He walked out, made a quick speech, and then walked back off. How long was it?
2-3 minutes?
No, it was 1 minute and 7 seconds.
You're kidding.
No. Well, it's actually on YouTube, it's 1 minute and 6, but someone said to me it was meant to be 1:07. But it's, you know, there you go. So he just made a quick speech. He's still not mentioned the election. He was talking about, I can't even remember what he talked about now, whether it was COVID or something like that, and how we're, you know, getting on with it really well and things are coming along. But he made a quick speech. He did look really good. You know how you say to me that he's got silver hair one day and golden hair another day, and it all depends what he's promoting, or whether he's, you know, we don't know, do we? It's so interesting. But on that note, that it was not only him, it's all these politicians, Biden and a few others, they've all their names have changed on social media. Did you know that? To politician. So it's like Trump has released Nasara nice and quietly, underhand.
Yeah. And then he'll come back in, which takes us to March if it's 120 days. And, you know, greatness will come. But it's been, I think we are in Nasara right now.
Well, I think that'll happen, but I think you'll see a lot before that, because they have to do all this. They have to do all this election stuff by the 12th of December. And if we are led to believe that there is some solar flash or great awakening happening on the 21st of December, and then Trump wants to, you know, give everyone a really decent Christmas, we're going to see a lot more. But I think, you know, you can't quote me on this, but we can if you like, don't really care. But I think we're getting ready for a big name perk walk, basically.
Sorry?
A big name being arrested, sort of in handcuffs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we need something that's going to red pill everyone.
Yeah. And with Trump out of the picture, think about it. With Sidney Powell, who is independent, it doesn't come from Trump, and maybe this will start red pilling people.
Sidney Powell's about to drop something any day, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. 100%. It's really hotting up.
Did you see General Flynn on the Cube 17 board? Yeah. Did you see him on the 17 board the other night?
Yeah.
That was amazing. I'll just say that quickly because people haven't seen that. Now, I thought, right, obviously that the 4chan is meant to be completely and utterly anonymous. Anyone can post on there, and you just get an ID, you know. But someone posted on there the other day, Flynn is a loser, right? i.e. General Flynn is a loser. And someone commented underneath it. Someone else commented, whether it was Flynn again or what. And then this original, or someone who commented, posted a picture of this geezer saying that said Flynn was a loser. Now, this is on an anonymous board, but it's obviously, if you're control of everything in the NSA, you know what's going on, don't you? But that said to the people on 4chan, right? Or certainly this person, because they've obviously been scoping him, because this person that I posted a picture of that said Flynn was a loser is actually one of the software designers for Dominion, I believe.
I know.
And it's excellent. And then underneath that, someone put, "Good evening, General," one of the annals. It's amazing to see.
I know. I loved it. I love that.
William, wasn't it?
It's all happening. It's all happening.
Do you know anything about the Smith-Munt Act?
No, never heard of it.
Right, okay. Well, the Smith-Munt Act was created years and years and years ago, I think. And it was basically that allowed the media to use propaganda on internationally on other countries. Yeah. And it was made legal to do that. Did you know Obama changed it? It was either 2012, 2015, I think. Whatever year it was, it's irrelevant really. Obama changed it so that they could actually use propaganda on the American people.
How? Well, how did he change that?
Well, he changed it because he was president at the time, wasn't he? You know,
Yeah. Was there a document? Have you seen
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. It's the Smith Munt. Smith, Mithh. No, Smith. Couldn't say Smith then, could I? Munt, Mundt. Look at that. You can look at that act online. It's the Smith Munt Act. But yeah, he changed it to allow the mainstream media companies to propagandize their own people. You know, and it's not only they've been, whether that was as a, you know, a weapon of war or something against, but it's, you know, what day is it today? The 25th, and Barack Obama is the worst president in US history.
Really?
Which will be the same tomorrow, won't it? And the following day. Do you want to say anything? Because I just want to find a picture that's on my phone.
What do I want to say? No, I just want to really stress again about.
Yeah, well, let me just say this then. I'll let you finish at the end. Did you know Sidney Powell said the other day, release the Kraken?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you can look at this as well, because apparently the Kraken is a Department of Defense cyber warfare program. So
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing, isn't it? So that is basically, that is the NSA again. It's just, we are watching everything all of you lot are doing. And the longer this goes on, the more people come out. If you could see the other day, someone's threatened Trump. One of the leaders of Antifa has threatened Trump, basically saying, if you don't concede by noon on Sunday, we are going to start going for citizens of America, and we are going to be tooled up as well.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. I know. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. This is why he's got the National Guard out waiting, because, as you know, I know Trump's been pussyfooting about with a lot of things and been, you know, the heavy hand behind the scenes, right? But when he gets elected his second term, you are going to see a side of Trump. Well, you're going to see the side of Trump when he goes, CNN, people ain't listening anymore, you dumb bastards. You know, you're going to see more of that. Because if all these children, you know, are being rescued behind the scenes, is, you know, as soon as he got into power, he started expiring executive orders against that. You know, you start messing about with children and hurting children, it's a no, isn't it? You know, you couldn't say that to anyone on the planet would agree with that. Well, you could actually, but that's all the sick fuckers they're taking down. So.
Is everything? Can you see me okay? Because I've just had a message pop up. Yeah,
it's all fine. Yeah.
And you went all galactic on me a moment ago. So.
I am galactic. Right. Yeah, just wanted to, because there's a few people now that are having little spats with other people. I think Charlie Freak and Charlie Ward had a little bit of difference opinion a little while ago. I can't remember what that was about, whether that was about the King. I know Charlie Ward and Santa Surfing had a little bit of a spat, didn't they? Yeah, I think so. Santa Surfing, Charlie Freak speaks very highly about her, and there's just a little bit of discord as well.
But you know what? Anybody is like, you know that Michael Jacko, right? I was.
Yeah. I watched him this morning. It's brilliant.
Yeah. With the guy, he was interviewing another guy, wasn't he?
No. It's the one he's done this morning, early hours. He starts off with two people talking about meditation and putting everything into your base chakra and stuff.
But you know what? He had this guy on yesterday. I watched it last night, and I think it was on a day before. And I stopped it after 10 minutes because this guy came on and said, me and Michael are working together, and it's only $99 a month to watch us on television. I went mad, and I put a message on there. I says, how dare, and he says, just think about it. That's about, you should give up your coffees during the month. How dare you? You know, and I responded saying, do you realize we are in a pandemic? This is not about people, you charging people. It's about giving information. It's about serving humanity. Oh, I let
Exactly.
rip. Anybody like that who's now starting to charge, I completely unsubscribe from them because
Oh
it's
well,
not
yeah,
right.
yeah, same as that. I'm the same with everyone that does that. Really, I think
Yeah.
I mean, Edge of Wonder content. You can put enough content out that people can see without having to subscribe to the TV channel. I love the work they do, right? And they're very dedicated to the cause. But anyone that wants me to pay for it, if we're trying to raise the vibration of humanity and ascend, right, in
Exactly.
whatever form that is,
Yeah.
you don't want to fucking charge people because when it gets to the other side, whoever the Lords may say now. Out of your Nasara kitty, we're taking back $99 a month off you. Thank you very much.
It's true though. I
Yeah,
think,
that is true, isn't it?
okay, I get it. People have to make money. I get that. But us, if anything, ask for donations. Don't charge people that ridiculous amount of money because they're all doing it. So what? We're all going to be spending this money to
but
watch the news.
yeah. But this is why I like Charlie Freak because
And
even when people say to him, "We want to give you money," he stresses every time that it's not necessary. But we don't want taking money off anyone. I don't know. I gel with those two at the moment, so I gel with a lot of people. But it's not just the people that are talking to me, it's all the guests they have on in the meantime, so we're all part of a wonderful collective of light workers in whatever shape or form you are. So it's good, isn't it, that we're all on the side we want to be on. So yeah, I just want to ask you, because you put me onto that. What was that girl's name with the big glasses? Was it Michelle Paris? I know the surname is Paris.
yeah,
Michelle.
Michelle Paris.
So have you watched any more of her since? Has there been any more?
No, she did that on Sunday, and it is plum because she gets all her. And I've joined her Telegram group as well, and I've been asking her questions. And basically, what's happened is she's on Facebook, this Michelle Paris. So
Yeah,
just check her out. She did a 2 hour and 45 minute long video.
yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, decoding. Sorry, from Gene Decode, who is ex-military and he works. He's in the know. He's basically working.
He's basically telling everyone what's going on in the deep underground military bases globally.
Exactly, and more because
Yeah,
and she's literally she's been red pilled, I think, for a few months ago, and so she got in touch with Gene Decode and said, "Look, you look really busy. Can I help you in any way?" And he says, "Yeah." He says, "Please be an administrator for me." So what she's doing now, she has meetings with Gene's coordinator, James, and then she's putting it on a video of everything that's being said, and it will blow your minds. It's 2 hours 45. I mean, there's some wacky stuff on there. I'm telling you now. I mean, she says at one point that Trump has been off planet since Camp David. So
yeah. That was after the washing machine speech, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. So that's
Yeah.
quite a few months now for protection because they've been trying to. There's been 50 attempts on Trump's life. And apparently he's off planet. And apparently the children that are being rescued, bearing in mind that Gene Decode is all about the DUMS, he's the military, one of the military experts on it, where the children are being rescued. Because there's actually billions of them, she said. There's billions of children. And honestly, I was in tears at one point that they are in such a bad state that they are being taken off planet and being dealt with the med beds to try and heal them. There's some, she was saying, that
wanted to go back to God because they were in such a state. So
didn't she? She said, because they're half dog, half human, half frog, half human.
Yeah, because all these fucking sick fucking breathing programs and stuff like that. There's the depravity of these, not the children, but the fuckers that have been doing this. They don't deserve. So I was even thinking about that someone said ages ago, 2 or 3 months ago, that they want to get rid of these fuckers forever, right? So so that they just can't come back again. So, you know, when a soul leaves the body, I didn't even know if they were going to take, you know, I know they're taking people to Gitmo and that like that, but maybe they take people off planet if they can. They've got all the capability of doing this, taking people off planet and disposing them there, so they're not of this earth. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. When they go and the soul leaves the body, I don't know. I mean, what she said, wasn't she, this Michelle Paris, that even though Trump is off planet and he's safe, they are beaming his consciousness into the clone or clones that are here. You know, old silver hair, golden hair, whatever. You know, I've had a donut, Trump. I've been for a run, Trump. We look a bit fit today, Donald. So yeah, it's all, you know.
I have been watching Trump, and sometimes he looks slimmer, and other times he looks fatter, and then he'll look slimmer, and it could be body dump. I don't know. I'm really struggling with the whole clone thing. But even a priest has said there is human cloning and it is not acceptable by God. He put that on a tweet. On Facebook. So when if he's seeing it, and he's a very holy priest actually, then I'm thinking, you know, it must be true.
Well, you know, they cloned Dolly the sheep, didn't they, in the late 80s, 90s, whatever that was. And they, you know, they don't. All right, we've successfully cloned, right? Our technology is 50, maybe not 100 years ahead of you know, people in society, because we've hidden all this technology. They're not just going to stop, are they? Oh, we've managed to clone a sheep. Well, stop that now. Something else. No. You know, so got to keep our eyes on all the time, haven't we? All avenues and stuff like that, and turn the telly off.
You've got to keep an open mind, especially with everything we're going to learn. You need to keep an open mind, and that's why I sent you the link, Stuart, to watch Elysium.
I'm sure I've got the DVD here.
Yeah, watch it, because after I watched that with Michelle Paris in her Telegram group. They said, yeah, her Michelle's video is a bit wacky, and we all know this, that they've shown us their intentions through sci-fi movies, because that's the technology that they already have. And this movie, it's got Matt Damon in it, and it's called Elysium. It is fantastic, and you can see it right from the start. I mean, he's shooting.
I've not seen him on any list. Have you?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Because I turn on the telly now and I can't look at a lot of people. You know, you keep hearing stuff about Philip Schofield and all that. And, you know, he's managed.
Ben Affleck is on the list. It's meant to be.
Yeah, yeah.
But Damon isn't. That's a good point. But I truly believe this film is a white hat film, and because it's basically they've got all. It's about this Earth, and there's a different planet with all the elites, all the rich. Okay, they've got all the med beds, so they're healed. It's all about med beds, you know, and basically the people on Earth know about these med beds, and they're suffering. You know, they've got children who are suffering. They've got this girl that's got leukemia in it, and I don't want to tell you the whole story because I think people should watch it. But it's such a brilliant movie where good overcomes evil, and that's what's going to. And I think it's showing us that that's what's going to happen now with us.
I've said to a lot of people, you know, they have to show us what they're doing, hiding things in plain sight, you know, whatever. And so I've said to a lot of people, watch all the movies you love again, but watch them as more of documentaries and you get a different mind about it. And I was thinking a few weeks back that, well, a bit longer than that actually, that when they show you films in Hollywood, I know it's deep state controlled, or a lot of it was, but when they show you films in Hollywood, they always show you things, but the good guys always win, don't they? And not only have they been having this invisible battle behind the scenes and on the surface and off-world or whatever, I think they've been battling now in Hollywood on our TV screens for a very long time, you know? Yeah. And you got to look at things like Star Trek and all that and believe they already have that technology.
Well, they do. That's what Michelle Paris, Stargate, apparently. They already have the
Exactly.
Stargate.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
watched Stargate, so I might see what all that's about. But apparently the technology in Stargate is, we're apparently 100 years behind the technology. The elite have got 100
Yeah, yeah,
years
yeah, yeah.
ahead of us with the technology, but they haven't shared it. So I mean, I can't wait. I mean, Trump has already said, didn't he, in one of his speeches, that next year traditional medicine is going to be out the window. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so medbed's coming in next year. You know,
Beautiful. It'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? I mean, I think one of the reasons they went into Iraq, and the Middle East and stuff like that is because they had hidden stargates out there that were trying to get their hands on. I did hear that a long time ago. So, you know, open-minded.
yeah. Well, that's what she says. Where Trump is in a Stargate. I don't know what. It's just too wacky for me. But like I said, I'm keeping my mind open because so much technology has been kept from us that, and so much stuff has been kept from us that you just gotta think about
6,000
things.
patents. 6,000
6,000.
patents is a
Yeah,
number I've heard for
and
many years.
me. It's crazy. And there's already a cure for cancer. Well, we know that. Look how old the Queen is. Look how old the Queen Mother was. You know, so, and if people don't know anything about med beds, basically they're like a capsule. I
There's
think
three
like
different. There's three different types.
different capsules. Yeah, there's rejuvenation. There's, oh, I can't remember them, but there's three
Charlie
different.
Ward did a little
Yeah,
10-minute
video on it.
video about it the other day, so anyone could go on his page. He's on.
Yeah.
It's not on YouTube now, but it's on BitChute if
He's
you
on
want to go.
YouTube. He's on
Yeah, oh, he
YouTube.
started reloading videos, didn't he? But yeah. So right,
So
anyway, that's got
no,
that's gone on.
I took,
That's gone on quite well, hasn't it? I don't know how
how
long we've been on for.
I don't know.
Hold on, let me just have a look at that. Well, there you go. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 33 seconds. There's another live synchronicity there, isn't it? 11:33. I
Can you
mean,
imagine if it was 107:33? That would have been.
well, it might
Oh.
be when I shut the video down. Anyway, so yeah, I'm getting bored of you now, so I'm going to go in a minute.
I was waiting for the nasty Stewie to show his face. Honestly, me and
right.
Stu,
Listen,
we do have a laugh.
Yeah, we do have a laugh, and everyone should.
Yeah, we do. I've lost you. I can't hear you. Why am I shouting? Stuart, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I pressed the mouse button by mistake and I didn't know what I was doing. I can see you going like that. So yeah. Right. Just to finish this up then. Lovely to speak to you. It's the first time I've done that. It's been quite enjoyable, hasn't it? And all that. Rather, you know. Can you just say anything you want to at the end and then just tell people where they can find you?
Yes, of course. I think I've said a lot that I wanted to say on this chat, but I am going to direct you to a song of mine that I wrote because I know there's a lot of people, especially in the groups that I'm in, and they're just in despair with everything that's going on. And I can't stress how much turning to God can change a person's, having somebody to talk to comfort them. Religion has been made out to be so uncool, but that's all deep state, right? It's all deep state. That's what they want it to be. But my goodness, he's a source. God is the source of joy, of peace. And anybody who is struggling at the moment, who doesn't know God, all I will say is just please turn around and all you have to say is, will you help me, please, God? That's all it is. I keep saying those words. Will you please help me, God? And you start seeing changes in your life. And my song, I'm Begging You Please, which is on my Sabrina Maria channel, is about that. Because there's a point in my life where everything was just going wrong. I'd make my own plans. It's like Robbie Williams' lyric, he said somewhere, I make plans, but God laughs or something. I can't remember what song that was from. So I'd make my own plans, and then the door would be slammed shut. And that really is from an experience I had from I'm Begging You Please, my song. So if you go to YouTube, I'm on Sabrina Maria Music. Just follow me there, and if you're new, it'll bring you up with the Survivor video, okay, with Stuart in it. That was my first song, and that's it. That's good. It's about how you're a fighter and you survive. And then the second song I urge you to watch is I'm Begging You Please, because I think that will hopefully resonate with a lot of people who are going through despair at the moment. That's
Excellent.
Okay.
Nice one.
Thanks, Stu. I've had a really good time.
Right, hang about a minute.
So I'm going to go and have some.
Oh, bollocks. I didn't press record. What are you doing now? Yeah, I know. I was joking.
You didn't get me there. No, you didn't.
No, I didn't expect to either. Right, listen. Lovely to chat. Have a wicked day. Lots of love. Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
See you later. Bye. Right, what do I do now? I'll go like that. I'll come back here. There you go. That was nice, wasn't it? Of course, she rattled on a bit, didn't she?
You're still recording.
Yeah, that's all right. You can be quiet now. I'm finishing up Stu's news, aren't I, on my other page? All right. Take care. I'll see you later.
Bye.
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 Right, so that's that. Yeah, love and light, everyone. If you fancy coming on, having a bit of a chat, let me know. And I'll put that little invitation there at the end to see if anyone's actually watching. Love and light. See you later.